Okay. For this chapter, basically is a debit credit concept. Okay. So the first question, they say that a trader took goods. When we buy goods, means we bought goods on credit or on cash. So on credit, we will debit the purchases. And on credit means trade payable, supplier name. Okay. If we bought goods on cash, then we will debit purchases and credit cash. Okay. If by check, that means bank. So now this is a purchases account. But own use means drawing. You think about the drawing account and the purchases account. Debit, credit. Debit is a receive. Credit is a giving out. So from this account, you think about drawing. Drawing, receive, or giving out. What do you think? Drawing is a receive or giving out? Debit is a receiving. Credit is a giving out. Receiving. Okay. Drawing actually is a receiving. Purchases is giving out. Because when he bought, he debit here. He debit this side. Let's say 100. Now, this item that he keep here, used for personal, means drawing. So have to transfer this 100 into here. So your double entry, always read the header. Debit drawing, credit purchases. The answer should be B. So debtor is a customer, or another word we call trade receivable. So when we receive check, means it's a bank. So in payment for the goods purchased by Hassan on credit, Ali is the seller. Hassan is a buyer. So where will Ali, seller, do this recording? Means that this check received form. So you have two accounts, bank and Hassan. Hassan is a trade receivable from Ali point of view, customer. So you need to think whether bank receive money or giving out money, Hassan receive money or giving out money. I want to know, bank receive money or giving out money first. Ali receive a check from Hassan, a customer. Bank receive money or giving out money, but from the bank point of view. Add money, okay. Add means that debit, okay. So correct, receive money. So Hassan giving out the money. First of all, talk about the ledger. You have 5 ledger. Sales ledger, purchases ledger, general ledger, cash book, petty cash book. Sales ledger record individual customer. This one, individual supplier. General, whatever not fall into this 4, then you have to put under general ledger, which is a biggest account group. Cash book, which is money in and out for the cash and bank and the discount. Petty cash book for the small payment. So now this one, Bank is under cash book. Cash book, cash book. Hassan. Hassan is a trade receivable, which is the customer. So customer is under the sales ledger. So the answer should be A. Okay, commence business with gift of from his father. Okay, that means this one, machinery receive, okay, debit. His father money actually is an additional capital. So your answer correct. Debit machinery, credit capital. Okay, now let's continue. Question 4. How would the balance of the carriage inwards, carriage outwards? Yeah, I explain what is a carriage inward, what is a carriage outward. Carriage inward is a transport cost. This one, when you bought the goods, so supplier charge you, okay? And this is part of the cost of sales. Whereas carriage outward also a transport cost. But this one, when you send goods, deliver goods to customer, you bear the cost. So this one is part of the expenses group. So now, both also have to pay. Both also have to pay. Have to pay. So when you have to pay, what is your double entry? Bank had to pay money. Bank had to pay. Both also had to pay. So bank must giving out the money. So how about your carriage inward, carriage outward account? Debit or credit? You got the no, the answer is not. Both also sitting in the bank credit side. You have carriage inward, carriage outward, both also credit side. So when you come to double entry, carriage inward, carriage outward, so you have to be in the debit. So both also debit column. C. Okay, that. Okay. Now next something similar to just now, but the way they present are different. So what is the answer? Similar, but the way present different. Trial balance. So think about just now the question number 4 that I explained, and then find your answer. Your answer is correct. C, both also have to pay debit. Okay, now let's continue. Okay, question number 6. Stationery. This was entered in the ledger as purchase of goods. Purchase of goods is debit purchases. But this is wrong because I buy stationery. I'm not buy the goods. This is the expenses, not the cost of sales. This is under cost of sales. So how you want to adjust this error? Purchases account wrongly put into here. This is wrong. And stationery account by right should be debit. Forgot to put in. So how to adjust the error? Okay, your answer, you debit stationery, you credit purchases, correct. You reverse it into here. The answer is correct. Okay. Okay, question 7. First of all, you need to be clear on yourself. Zabir is a seller. Why? because I saw the sales. So Zabier is a seller. Means Zabier record the trade receivable. Okay, so you must remember the format for the trade receivable. What are the item in the debit? What is the item in the credit? Which is what we have in here. And this discount is a discount allowed. Who give? This one is Zabi give cash discount to Khalid. So this is the information. This one, who pay? Khalid pay. Okay, so you choose which one is not correct. Your answer you get A. The answer is not. Let me see first. They say not correct. On A, Khalid purchase. Correct lah. Khalid bought. Purchase means bought. Okay. Customer bought. This one is correct. On 19, Zabir allowed Khalid. This is a discount. So this is correct. Allowed. 19, Khalid pay. Yes, Khalid pay because Khalid is the one had to pay supplier. So this one also correct. 31st, Zabir owed. This one should be Khalid owed, not the Zabir owed. So this one should be wrong. Okay, for this question, they are talking about purchases ledger control account. Purchases ledger control account actually is a trade payable account, which is a supplier account. Okay. So supplier account, what is the item in the debit side? What is the item in the credit side? So I want you to try first before we discuss. Okay. I give the standard item in the trade payable account first. Credit side, balance BD. This is a current liability. Purchases, if they charge interest, supplier charge interest due to the late payment in here. In here, we will have the purchases return. When we pay the supplier receive money. And supplier give the discount, receive. And then we have balance CD. So this is a normal item in the trade payable. Another account that normally in the exam they will ask is a trade receivable. Trade receivable is opposite to this one, which is the customer account. Customer balance brought down in the debit side. And then here we have credit sales. This is a refer to the credit sales only, not cash sales. If you charge the customer interest, late interest in here. And then if the customer return the goods, sales return. Customer pay money. And then we give discount allowed. And sometimes in this trade receivable, you may have the irrecoverable debt. Okay. So that is the standard item for the trade payable, trade receivable. Trade receivable is a current asset. Okay, from the item in here, this one they already mentioned to you credit. So that means you put here 3920. And then purchases journal. Where does all this amount come from? From the journal. So this one you put under the purchases 8380. And then purchases return 270. Check paid to the creditor, which is the supplier, trade payable. So it means the bank 7660. So they want you to calculate, be careful with the question. This amount that we calculated, it will transfer to here, balance BD. And this one is end of the month, which is May 31st. Whereas this one is the 1st June. The question asks for the 1st June, which is in the credit side. So credit side, credit side. So which one is your answer, A or B? So your answer you get B. Okay, answer B is correct. The balance CD. Okay. And this is a balance BD. This amount. Okay, now next continue. You see who is the one do recording? Sarah. Sarah is a seller because sold goods. This one is a buyer. So buyer will receive the goods. So automatically, when they receive, is in the debit side. Okay, debit side. So how about the account for the sold goods? What is the account in the credit side? Double entry, always one debit, one credit. Yes, correct. So debitary and credit sales. Okay, next move on. Okay, question 10. Hello, this one I think not difficult. Always remember probability total equal to 1. So take 1 minus. Okay, this question is Wahib Yusuf. They already say that Yusuf is a customer. That means this is a seller. Okay. How much did Yusuf owe? That means if you want, you open Yusuf account, which is customer. Customer is trade receivable. Invoice means sales. Credit note issue means sales return. Goods invoice means sales. Check receipt, check means bank. So put debit or credit for this 4 items to find the balance owing. Okay, your answer 10 is correct. So this sales in here. Sales return in here. Invoice 3,000 here. Check received 2,100. So your amount owed, which is a balance CD, 3,000. Correct? Okay. Okay. A flower shop received invoice for 200 plant and each. That means this one times this one is 1,000. Okay. Less 20% trade discount. So how much actually the amount? We take 1,000 times 20. This is the 200. 200 is the discount. That means we bought the purchase is 1,000 minus 200, which is 800. So you can also straight away take 1,000 times 80% to get 800. Okay, so this double entry is debit purchases because buyers do the recording, and credit. This one is from where? From A field. A field, from A field. 800, 800, double entry. Important thing is that the last sentence we have to read. What is the question they ask? Which entry record the transaction in the flower shop? They are asking this transaction. That means debit purchases, credit A field. You have these two answers. So the answer is C. Trade discount, no need to record. So less 200 become 800. So the answer should be C. Okay. Now let's continue. Okay. Why A field is credit? Because this is stand from buyer point of view. Buyer do the recording. When buyer do the recording, okay, the flower shop had to record purchases. Okay, 800. Because purchases received. Who giving out the flower? A field giving out the flower. So that's why we have to credit. Credit is the giving out. This is out. This is in. Clear? Okay. Okay. Udoka bought goods. That means this is a buyer. From seller. This is a Francis seller. Udoka pay Francis by check. Pay by check means bank. After deducting 3%, that means how much the actual payment? The actual pay will be 1,000 times 97%. Because 3% is the cash discount. Okay, so this one will be 3%. So 9,000. Sorry, 970. Your this discount will be 30. Now the question is, last sentence is important. Which entry record this payment in Udoko book? That means buyer do the recording. From the buyer point of view, bank giving out the money. Okay. And from Udoka point of view, this discount, he received the discount. Discount received. Initially, how much they're owing? When he bought the goods that time, he will debit purchases 1,000. And then Francis giving out 1,000. But now, Udoko make payment. So the amount they paid only 970. So it means that Francis only received 970. But this is a full settlement. Means that another 30, you have to go into here, which is the discount received amount. So the double entry, account debited is in here. So Francis debited. So Francis debited. Now the question say here, credit. I put receive because this one is from the buyer book. Okay. That's why we record discount receive, buyer receive. Now, the question in case change to, they say, in the book of Francis. So in the book of Francis, how to do the recording? When Francis sold the goods, sales, 1,000. Who received? Udoka received 1,000. Now Udoka only paid 970. 970. Okay, so the difference is 30. It will go to the discount allowed. From the Francis point of view, this is a discount allowed. So far clear? So the answer is donkey. Okay.